Hello and welcome to Unveiling Cybersecurity, tapping into the experts at CWI's cybersecurity program to help you be a little bit safer online. I'm Professor Dan Garrity, honored to have as our guest today my colleague from CWI's cybersecurity program, Jay Soelberg. Welcome. So, thank you for your time. People don't understand how passionate you are about the topic we're about to speak to. So, why was it so easy for you to give generously of your time today? Why was it so important for you to let people know what you think about cybersecurity?
I think people are still not absolutely sure just what cybersecurity is, and they are looking towards experts to explain their part in cybersecurity.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning, we all do have a very, very critical role in that. Um, we like to talk in my world about ethos and pathos. And before we tap into your brain, if somebody doesn't know you like I do, why should they believe what they're about to hear about this topic?
I've been in IT for over 24 years now. I have done everything from help desk all the way up to being a regional manager and all of the different kind of hats that fit in there. And even if you are in help desk or at the top being a CIO, you are still involved with security in each one of those steps. So I have all of that time of being aware and being involved in cybersecurity.
And legitimately, you put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, that you have really invested your time in helping us out. For a listener who perhaps doesn't know, my storytelling students and my marketing students are all combining efforts on this project. We went out to you and your students a while back, Jay, and interviewed you. They came up with a website all designed to help people be a little bit more cyber secure. The amazing thing that happened. Oh, this is the logo they came up with for the show, by the way. Very clever. Um,
Nice.
the thing that was striking to me when we met you out there was as a professional and as an educator, you were legitimately concerned about what we do as a collective in the country and how we behave online. So, what is it that we should be as concerned about as you are?
Um, I think everyone needs to have a healthy fear. People seem to think that cybersecurity is something that doesn't necessarily hit them at home, but everything we do is involved with internet in some way. We have smart watches, we have smartphones, we have smart cameras and smart doorbells, and all of these things. Even our cars are beginning to be internet based. So having that awareness of everything being connected, we need to have our part in it. And being aware that because you have all of these things, your security is at risk is the main piece that I want people to get out of it. You need to have that healthy fear because everything is being checked and attacked.
I would love for anybody who is listening to our conversation to also, if you're interested, check out the website that a storytelling class has came up with, in addition to the game show that we'll talk about in a little bit. But Jay, for the person who is listening right now, can you give us a couple of tips that I could do immediately that would substantially increase my own sense of security?
I think one of the very first things that everybody should do is get what is called a password vault, a password manager software that will generate passwords for them and then keep them in that vault secure. And that way they aren't trying to use the single password across all of their things. And it'll make them a more secure password, something that can be 15, 18 plus characters with mix of letters and all that kind of stuff. Having that is one of the biggest things first, and then making sure that you are keeping any of your software to date. So your phones are up to date, your watch is up to date, your computers are up to date. Any of those things that you have that connects to the internet, make sure it's up to date so it has those latest security patches.
As you look into the crystal ball with everything that you're concerned about and we ought to be concerned about, is it happy and bright? Are there rainbows, or is it black and white and, Charlton Heston is riding on the beach?
I don't quite go that far of saying Charlton Heston on the beach, but it is a darker world, I think, because now we have nation states that are sponsoring and even educating people in how to do cyber attacking. And they're going after educational facilities and infrastructure facilities to try and get that edge on whoever they see as an enemy. So I think with us having that in the back of our heads, that the power outage may not be because of a storm. It may be because somebody did get access to that infrastructure. That your school education might have something else behind the scenes that's going on. Those kind of things I think we all need to have an awareness of and be kind of conscious and skeptical about.
And now every one of our students is going to be searching for Planet of the Apes to get that last reference. Um, in 2 minutes, you've enriched, me and anybody who's listening. But you got a lot more time with the students who major in cybersecurity at CWI. How do we do what we do so well with the cybersecurity program and the students?
One of the great things is that with the cybersecurity students, we're teaching them the tactics of what will be their adversary. So they are learning the tactics of how to hack and how to look at these things and how they are going about it in order to be able to defend against it. You have to know your enemy's tactics in order to be able to defend against them. And these guys get the hands-on work of that, guys and gals.
Um, Before we say goodbye, Jay, I asked you to take a look at the game show that the storytelling class put together. Boy, oh boy, what a risk they took.
We should be looking at the first question, which is, what is spear phishing?
I was
Is
proud
it
of them for taking the
sacrificing a
risk, but
piece of software to
as a
viruses?
show,
Is
did
it a way of
it help at
catfishing
all?
people by use of email? Or is it
Absolutely. I think they did a fantastic job. A lot of people like to feel like they can compete in something. Everybody wants to know the answer to questions. So in gamifying cybersecurity, it gets people interested in finding out the answers. And do I really know this answer? So being able to do it that way makes a pretty scary or difficult concept like cybersecurity much more accessible to people.
That's a great way to put it. Jay Soelberg, thank you so much. Thank you for helping the students, and thanks for helping with this little podcast as well. And thank you so much for listening. I'm Professor Dan, and this has been Unveiling Cybersecurity.